Hey everybody, welcome to a Day Traders FX daily dose and weekly recap. It is Friday, May 27th. Day Traders FX, come for the fun, stay for the trading. We have our Day Traders live sessions each and every day. Monday is our weekly watch list where we're discussing 10 to 15 currency pairs. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is our daily dose, which is a live session followed by a recap quickly after that we put in our on-demand library. And Friday is a weekly recap. All of our live sessions are included for our premium memberships. Those can be monthly or annually. And we also provide recaps like this in our on-demand library for those streaming members or on-demand members. So if you're in the website daytradersfx.com, if you'd like to see this or you're checking out this video for the first time, we offer free trials for 1 free week where you have everything that our members have. You can test drive everything we do. You can join us in our live sessions. You can get our trade alerts. You can see what we, how we look at the markets, how we trade. Very straightforward. Go onto the website, daytradersfx.com, click on join, and it'll take you down to this little green button for start today. You get 1 free week on us. And after that trial, or you just love what we do because we are so awesome after the first day or the second day and you want to become a member, you can click on pricing, and we offer memberships and levels for your convenience. We offer a premium membership that includes all of our live sessions, trade alerts, notifications, you name it, it's there. That's our premium membership per month. We also offer that via an annual membership. It saves some dollars there. We're also running some specials. You could email support@daytradersfx to hear about those. And then for those of you that cannot attend, because we have an international community with members all over the globe, it's not always convenient to attend a live session. So we do offer a streaming membership where our recaps and trade alerts and trade setups are available with really concise 10, 15, 20-minute recordings and money minute videos and things like that. You can follow along for the mere price of $50 per month. So if you want to check that out or see the on-demand library, you can also click on on-demand on the website, and it looks like this. So the streaming membership is available here. If you click on this and just purchase, it's unlimited streaming. So everything that we post, this includes our weekly watch list, our daily dose videos, our weekly recap videos, our bonus sessions. If we do any big news announcements or special sessions, we will post those as well. And then our Money Minute video series. So for the streaming membership price, you get everything that we put in our library, unlimited streaming. Or if you want to just come in and purchase something a la carte, we also offer that as well. So there's no commitment, no membership, no recurring bills. You can just come on in and pay a couple dollars and get whatever you want. So it's good stuff at Day Traders FX. Whether you're a live member or an on-demand member, we have something for everybody. If you're in the live members or in our member portal, it's really easy to navigate. We have our webinar link for the live sessions each and every day. We have a chat area and our trade area that we keep very active and alert. We also live tweet, and you're more than welcome to live tweet us during those sessions. If you need any help or want to know more about Day Traders FX, our website is daytradersfx.com. Our on-demand website, you can get there, of course, through the main website, but it's also on-demand.daytradersfx.com. If you need anything from us or want to know more about what we do, you can always email support@daytradersfx.com. All right, so let's go into the live market. This is a weekly recap video that we discussed. We had a great week once again. Members were again finding 3, 4, 5 great trades with us this week. We had actually our winning trades were big winning trades. We're still kind of nursing one kind of unfun trade, but it's all fine. We've discussed it thoroughly, and we're still discussing it thoroughly, but we've had a good week. So let's go ahead and dive into the markets. So let's celebrate the good stuff for the week really quickly, and we had some beautiful profit management on the euro dollar. We actually took an entry on the euro dollar at 13.50, which is way back here, and that is 2 weeks ago. But the beautiful part is we actually rode for profits all the way down, got back in and rode it down again. So we had members that from 13.50 were able to take profit around 1200 or around 11.50, and so there's 200 plus pips of movement. And many members were adding along the way to make this a nice, very large, profitable trade. So that worked out really well. We're kind of closing up shop now on the euro dollar, kind of waiting to see what the next movement is going to be. You can see this highlighted box. What we're looking for is for this thing after selling off, roughly 500 pips. We're looking for this to kind of solidify a low, start to kind of drift back into this area. We're still very interested in selling the euro dollar, but we would like to see a little bit of a pullback. So a couple ways we're going to entertain this trade is we've locked in profits, we've celebrated this this victory, so to speak, and we want to see the next leg. So it's either going to pull back for us and give us a better entry to look to sell lower, or maybe it just kind of gravitates and huddles around this upper trend line where price just kind of consolidates, and then maybe we just have a straightforward breakout trade. So either way, we're really only looking to sell the euro dollar at this stage. We've protected those profits. We're looking to see if we get a pullback, but we still want to kind of keep the pressure on this euro dollar downside to see if we can continue to have this thing work out to who knows what targets. I mean, we might be talking something as easy as 1.10 and possibly as low as 108, which is this beautiful cluster of support levels. And if it just continues to trend and we can still find some good trades and push this thing down, we have these really nice lows back at 105. So we think there's some continued downward pressure on the euro dollar. We would ideally like to be seeing a sell opportunity back around 1300 or 1350. But again, if it just kind of flounders around this area, drifts sideways on the right side of this trend line, we will then look to just sell some breakouts and possibly some bear flags, looking for those patterns to then sell and just keep the downward pressure and see if this momentum continues. So anyway, good trade on the euro dollar this week. We're locking up profits. We also had a really nice trade, a combination of the euro pound and the pound Swiss. So what we're going to notice here, we had a really nice swing from high to low on the euro pound. And then we had, you notice here, some consolidation, and there was some consolidation breaking out. So what we had measured is, once we had the breakout, we took the same measurement from this high to low, we projected the move down into this area, and so we had members trading the breakout around 78.50. We had members trading this trendline break this week and locking in profit right down here at this symmetrical low. So that is no joke. This was already calculated. We were talking anything around 75.70, lock in those profits, and that's where we protected it. It pulled back about 75 pips. So good stuff on this one, a really straightforward trade. Some members had trades already running and they added to it. Others just got in on a clean trend line break. You can see a little resistance at this weekly pivot, and it just proceeded down nicely from about 77.50 all the way down to 75. We'll call it 200 pips. So great trade on that euro pound, and it worked out really nicely. And again, good stuff, all measured. Really straightforward, just finding some direction. So now we're kind of waiting to see, do we get another pullback going into next week? Are we going to get a little bit of a pullback? Kind of take the same idea, another trend line perhaps, and see the euro pound again push lower. That is very much an opportunity there on the euro pound rather. So we'll see what happens. We'll kind of be patient on that for next week, but we've had a great trade on that one. And then inversely, here's actually the pound Swiss franc. And what you're going to notice is it's exactly the same, just in the opposite direction. So you see that this is a low to high swing. We had members that were trading the pound Swiss franc on the break above 4,200. And then something very straightforward this week is there's the projected move towards symmetry, which we like to talk about in our live sessions. And you see here, I had a note 4,600 symmetry, and this wick actually was topped out at 4,610. And you can see the length of the line. It's pretty much exactly where the line measured. That's where the wick was hit, and that's where price started to pull back. So we had, again, trades that were in around 4,200. And then this week, we had some really fresh trades around 4,390 and 4,400. Nice clean trendline break, and pushed another few hundred pips to the north. Locked in those pips. Good stuff on the pound Swiss. Now, same situation. Do we get a little bit of a pullback? Do we get another clean trendline break, and do we see continuation to this projected head and shoulders target? I hope so. We hope so. So this is going to be pound Swiss continuation, hopefully going into next week. We're looking for another higher low, another trendline break. Let's see this thing get up to 4,900 or 5,000 and go after another few hundred pips on the pound Swiss franc. So good stuff on those two trades. Another one that was pretty straightforward, Euro Australian dollar. We actually were taken in on this one during the news announcement. There was an Aussie news announcement that pushed price up for a moment and then pushed it right back down. And so we actually, let me get into a 1 hour chart. I can map this out a little bit better. We quickly protected profits on this one. So we looked at this as we have a low, we have a low, we have a low. We kind of expected this type of movement to go down and find this weekly pivot. Now, the reason we didn't just maintain profits is because as soon as we were taken in on this trade, and I'll highlight that with this wick, As soon as we were taken in on this trade, we had a pending sell at 55.50. So the wick took us in. We were immediately profitable within the next hour, and we had about 50 plus pips to manage. So we just went ahead and said, hey, protect the pips, protect your profits, and let's go find another trade. If you want to keep it open, great, but just make it risk-free. And again, it's kind of right around that same area from our sell trade at 55.50. It's sitting around 50 to 60 pips. Unfortunately, it did not push lower like we expected it to, but our entry to profit, it was really nice and very quick, actually. Within the same couple hours, we had members that were closing up for 50 plus pips. So good stuff on the Euro Aussie. Another one that we chewed up some profits on is the dollar Swiss. And this actually is setting up for something fairly interesting going into next week. And I'll highlight that before I'm done here. But dollar Swiss franc, we have this really nice trend line. It'll probably be easier to see on a 4-hour chart. We have this trend line here. From this low to high swing, we've had a big breakout to the north on the dollar Swiss. We've seen the same thing, dollar Swiss going up, euro dollar going down, and leaving behind several pivots. This is a 4-hour chart. We have a weekly pivot, a weekly pivot, a weekly pivot. And you'll notice that price did not find any of them. So we were looking at selling on the right-hand side of the trend line this week and protecting some profits towards that weekly pivot. Now, you will notice that price did not find the weekly pivot, but from the break of this trend line around 99.26, price fell about 50 pips. So basically just looking for some direction. Any type of trade in here was worthy of going after 10, 15, 20 pips, another 20 pips, another 20 pips. I myself took 2 trades in here, ended up closing out for about 50 pips of total profit. I'm kind of happy that it didn't hit the weekly pivot. I did take some profit, but now I am interested in looking to see, does it go a little bit higher? Does it go a little bit higher and give us a 4th weekly pivot? Because if it does that, I will do the same thing, look for a sell trade and take it down to that 4th weekly pivot with pretty good probability that we're going to see another 30, 40, 50 pips of movement and effort by this pair to find some pivot levels. So these pivots like to be hit, especially when they're lined up consecutively. And certainly this weekly chart, or I'm sorry, these weekly pivots are lining up in that fashion that I think that 4th pivot is absolutely up for grabs, and it will be very interesting going into next week. So we've got some trend lines set, we've got some price levels we want to watch, but any type of rejection off this trend line, any type of break of this trend line, we're going to start looking for an aggressive sell trade for a few pips on that dollar Swiss. And that's also a reason that we might see the euro dollar kind of rebound and retrace just a little bit. So we're just looking for kind of some short-term profits on the dollar Swiss. One trade that we are really excited about, you can possibly see this in our on-demand library. This is our pound yen. We've talked about this one several times in our live sessions. We've talked about this one as well in our Money Minute video series, which is all on demand. This is setting up what looks to be a beautiful textbook inverse head and shoulders. So this would be the big left shoulder. This would be the head to neckline. Here's the right shoulder. Here is the neckline that we're looking to break. So all that being said, if this pair is able to get up above 161.80, and certainly a daily candle, a 4-hour candle, we just need some price action above this level, and I think that would be the confirmation necessary to get this as a target. Again, this is a symmetry level. We would go from low to high, and we would measure and project a higher low to higher high. So that's one target that we're after. And then we also have the same measurement. Once it breaks the neckline, we're projecting that move to go all the way up towards 173. So it's really just a simple price pattern, but it's on a bigger time frame, and sometimes that can make trading it a little bit tricky because we see it, we anticipate it, but sometimes how the news falls into play, how the movement happens, sometimes it gets a little sloppy. But look, this trade's actually really easy. If price is in this area, we should really only be looking to buy it. And if price proceeds up into this area, we should still only be looking to buy it until this pattern is near completion. And then, of course, once it's near these levels, we're using protective stop losses near these levels, trapping those profits to make sure that nothing pulls against us. But I think as far as the direction, as long as we get this price to cooperate, get above 161.80, get above 162.00, then pound yen has a ridiculous amount of upside potential. So it's a trade that we're watching very closely. You know, if you're a trial member or you're just seeing this for the first time, certainly jump on in, get a trial, or join us in a live session or become a member. This is going to be a big trade. We've already taken 1,000 plus pips out of the pound yen earlier this year. We are looking for the same type of movement for another 1,000 plus pips. That can be pretty fun. So if we get this trade, we get this price pattern to play out, this pound yen could be a big one. And then also we're going to take a quick peek at this Aussie New Zealand next week. And the main reason why is I love this larger time frame pattern. So looking at a bit of a wedge in this area, we've had this big low to high swing off of historical lows and off of parity, looking for this projected movement to continue higher, but it does require one thing of this pair. It requires, let me delete this for a second, it's not letting me, no big deal. It does require this. These lows need to stay. They need to be maintained. And if these lows are maintained, then I think we have the upside potential for a big run to 119 or 120. That's a huge trade. In the shorter term, we have a really nice pivot cluster at 1.10. Price is currently at 107. So we're looking at 300 plus pips of movement or so. And so we're just kind of looking for some confirmation here. Stop losses can be below the lows. We're just looking for some direction to the north. 110 is a really nice level. So that can kind of get this trade started. We can enjoy some shorter term profits that might come sooner. And if we can hold on to that trade for a bigger run, then perhaps it is indeed looking to be the pattern type trade, the bigger time frame trade that runs up for over 1,000 plus pips. But going into June and July, we're likely going to see some summer choppiness and some a little bit of ranging. So it wouldn't surprise us to have this breakout area kind of go around, form a run at these pivot levels, and then come back down, go back up, and just kind of create the indecision where we have to then stay very patient and wait for the bigger and better planned trade of that daily pattern. So anyway, next week we could certainly be looking at some trades on the Aussie New Zealand. If price breaks above this level, stops below these lows, going up towards 110, going after 200, 300 pips, which would be pretty sweet. So I'd like to give a quick shout out to all of our new trial members this week, all of our new members, and also celebrate some of our big winners for the week. We had Mark, Ron, Damian, Linda, let's see, Sim, Lilla, and those are pretty much our usual suspects that are always having great weeks and profitable weeks. We also had some newcomers popping in for the first time. We had Marios, welcome. We had Mark, I think I said your name. We had JT, we had Don, we had John, we had Debbie, we had Marianne, we had David and Gabrielle, and Steve. So we had some newbies popping into Day Traders FX. We had some good weeks. We had some good percentages. So 2 to 3%, up 4%, positive week. We love hearing that stuff. We look, we pride ourselves on having winning weeks, finding good trades, and keeping everything. Just the process takes care of the profits, and we keep plugging away, finding some good trades. So if you're watching this video for the first time, feel free to jump into the website, daytradersfx.com, and check it out. Again, join. You can try us out for the free trial. If you're interested in becoming a premium member monthly or annually, or an on-demand member to get videos like this and all of our recordings, they are available on demand. So check it out. No risk, no hassle. We love what we're doing. We're having a lot of fun, and our members are making money. We're making money on the pips, and trading is good, and it's clean, and it's simple, and it's repeatable. So all the good things that we should be looking for as traders. So come one, come all, and we will see everybody next week for our weekly watch list on Monday. Have a great weekend.